Hey everyone, it's VM Campos Magic Fan. Welcome to another streaming Saturday. It's Saturday, it's time to stream Magic Arena and go and get up to shenanigans. So I'm going to do the usual where I'm going to check my various webcams. Here we have the amazing cam, which we need to, it's too red. It looks like I'm in the middle of a volcano, so I need to change that. Maybe brighten it up a little bit and fix the color on that, something like that. Alright, the amazing cam looks better than ever. Full screen cam is the same sort of idea that we need to check the white balance on that. It's a different camera, so it has different... So white balance is automatic, but oops, that looks way too dead. Something like that. And then we'll bring up the exposure. Might be a little too much, so can we pull that back over here? I like that. Alright, so there's the full screen cam, and then we'll go over to the card cam, get that properly aligned somewhere around there. And we've got a pack to crack later on. Good idea to fix that exposure as well. That's yet another camera. So we'll go over here and set that. That's pretty nice and bright, maybe too bright. But then our white balance and other brightnesses. Somewhere over here. Oh, focus, brightness. Looks pretty good right there, I'd say. Okay, and then next up we've got the web browser cam in case we need to see stuff on the web. Got that. And lastly, we'll go over to the game and yep, that one looks good there. So welcome everyone. Hey Mark, welcome. I was just checking all my cameras. They look pretty good. Last thing I was saying was we're going to do a crack-a-pack later on of Dominaria United, and it's a set booster. It's one of the ones that's full of the most fun stuff. So let me just finish. I forgot this webcam. Oh, it looks okay, but maybe brighten it up just a little bit. Where's my brightness? Right there. So yeah, welcome. And how do the videos look? So all the volume's good. I think we're ready to go. Alright, so what's today's challenge? Cast 30 blue or red spells. Well, actually, let me show this. They recently had some little fun cosmetics to purchase. Going over to the avatars. The little icon avatar peoples. And oh, okay, that was limited edition. That was a limited edition, so I bought them. It's not these, although there's a lot of cool ones here. Rest in peace, Ajani. But I'll show them over here. If I switch over to this view, avatars. All right, so I always use the Vivian one because, you know, V for Vivian and VM Campos. And so I just bought these ones. They're releasing the characters. So there was Timmy, Power Gamer. Haven't watched that photo video. Yeah, it's just one of the many different varied types of contents. You can get to that. The furry one. Well, speaking of furry, look, this guy right here is dressed like a furry. Well, a dino. So, Timmy, Power Gamer, remember that one was an unglued card? So you can get the art for it. And there's also Johnny, Combo Player. So that one was released in Unhinged. So there was that player type. And then Spike. That one was released in Unstable. And then there's Vorthos. So these are the three, what they call the psychographics. What are the three types of Magic players? A Timmy/Tammy player likes big plays, big creatures, big wins. So it's all about just making huge, cool, fun creatures. And then the flavor text is wait till I get my Gigantosaurus. That's a 10/10 for 5 mana. Then Johnny or Jenny, combo player, a cerebral player who likes to set it up before knocking it all down. So it's all about big combos, intricate plays, and the like. That's that type of Magic player, a Jenny/Johnny. And they're all about wait till I get my Clark Clan Ironworks plus Genesis Chamber plus Grinding Stone. And then the third psychographic is Spike, Tournament Grinder. Spike is here to win, and win a lot. They're a tournament player with ruthless strategies and the best cards to claim victory no matter how slight. So that player's all about playing the best, knowing the full rules of Magic, just being a big tournament grinder. The fourth type of Magic player is a Vorthos player, Steward of Myth. Vorthos is here for the flavor. That doesn't mean they're not trying to win. They just want to get the greatest joy from playing cards tied to the lore they love. Watch out for their clever theming with a killer edge. Just wait till you see their Bolas deck complete with an Umezawa sub-theme. So there's a fifth one, which they haven't released yet. I don't remember what type of player that is, but these are for a long time, these are the three main ones, and then they added the fourth and fifth ones, because there's different ways to play and enjoy Magic. So it's over here. I think I'm a Timmy. I like some big fun creatures. Sometimes I do Johnny stuff in terms of combos, and I'm not into like the tournament scene and such to be a Spike, but I do like to win and play efficiently and all of that. I'm somewhat of a Vorthos player as well, in that I like the lore and the history of the game, and then trying to put it together, like making a cat-themed deck where a Johnny is the leader. You know, that sort of player. So these are the recent avatars, and I think they were on sale briefly, and so I picked them up, and I'm going to switch them out as necessary, or once in a while. Obviously, I'm mostly using the Vivian. I'm using the Vivian avatar since the beginning that I got into Arena, because V for Vivian.
People, not so
V
much.
for Vivian, V for VM Campos. And alright, let's play a little bit here. We need 750. Well, we're gonna get 750 for casting some blue or red spells. We'll just go safe, I guess. We'll go for the mono blue Jace over here. So how are you? How's the family? How's the weather? How's your afternoon? Panda Massacre. That's the opponent, and they are a pirate deck. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna summon a big old scary Moby Dick whale for those pirates. Turn 2 pirate. Alright, so I think what I'll do, they'll resummon that. When you have to rely on changelings to Get the job done. Let's try this. I haven't seen them do any...
We can figure a way out of this.
Haven't seen them do any direct
Deception?
damage and such, so we'll try to put a blocker. Summon Admiral, that's fine. I was gonna say, how does that creature get so big? Well, I forgot, because of course it gets so big because Changeling was a mistake. So we'll just put a big old
One
Jace
step ahead of death.
wall of Jaces. They're all gonna die,
Decisions.
but
Every
okay,
thought
that's what we
matters.
want there. Confiscation coup. We'll borrow their commander in the...
I see how all this connects now.
should have described that better on the previous. But let's see about putting up a wall of Jaces, Pirate's Cutlass, auto attach. Freaking, that's such a good card. How does it even get so good? Anyway, so...
Fortunately,
Hopefully I helped.
I won't have to remember this.
They haven't used any...
What a refreshing thought.
They haven't used any interaction spells just yet. So I'll go ahead and take that commander. You can re-equip. Yep, that's what you can do. You can re-equip your thing. Resummon that pirate right there. So speaking of that furry video, what did you think of it? Might not be your demographic, but hopefully I made an entertaining enough type of video to to watch it.
I overanalyzed the situation.
Alright, so they have a full board. They have a lot of stuff to worry about. Haven't done any... They haven't done anything on their side just yet. Alright, I'm going to see here about trying to do a block right there, but I think they might have some kind of evasion or response. So let's see about that. So we're gonna copy my own Admiral. What a world. Well, this, I guess, is their Admiral. But making a big old scary whale. Other pirates, you get whatever at the beginning of your end step. Gain control of target non-land permanent control by a player who was dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates. So do all 3 need to do the damage? Yeah, I guess so. So they'll probably take control back of actually the whale or something. I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is going to be so weird. Everything is a 3. One life. Alright, what I need here is blockers. They have 5 attackers, and I have 4 blockers. Well, I guess that's it.
Time to set sail. Seeing is believing. Or is it?
Alright, 1 extra flash creature got me. Not sure how that could have been done differently. I always want to think a little bit as a sort of triage at the end. That's such an annoying deck, that Tiamat deck. Just eventually when they get to their top end, it just really steamrolls. So we'll give it a try with this. Merit Lage's Slumber, 2 mana rock, so... Gotta just slow them down. I would rather play my Slumber. Because then if I miss a land drop... Alright. Welcome back. So, I'm just trying to get properly to... Trying to get this under control. As soon as they summon their Tiamat, it'll be pretty bad. They're already ramping and getting there, so we'll see. That's the one when you summon a big old dragon, you can go get all the dragon squads. So, yep, they have enough. So, I'm going to have to hold on to that Divide by 0, and I missed a land drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Lands have create treasures. If I toss that back. Well, let's see if they play it safe. Yeah, for the moment. Let's see who else stops by. I sent out the message on the Discord. I was even chatting with, if you remember, Dakota Pack. He sometimes visits. He's a buddy on Twitter. So sometimes he visits. But his time zone's 3 hours ahead, so sometimes it's harder to come by. Alright, so we know the opponent is definitely going to summon that big scary ward too. Yeah, this... I think it's going to be kind of difficult to deal with this opponent. I've been missing land drops, and if I want to do mass manipulation, it's going to need to be 8 mana just to grab that one creature. So we know they're gonna summon that. Well, this is gonna be tricky with that opponent, so they might summon... What's that one? Dariga Rith. So there's a lot to worry about here. Old Gnawbone. Okay, it doesn't have 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got my 6 mana. Okay, let me steal that. And just keep getting mana, and then I'll have enough mana to take an extra turn. 5, 6, 7. But I need mana to do my stealing shenanigans. Let's see if that one untapped mana doesn't do a counterspell or something. Hopefully it's not anything and they just don't realize they have priority. Nope, I think they're gonna do some sort of STP. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Get rid of your own big creature. The next turn I have 7 mana. I can steal one thing. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna go get a bunch of dragons. Too many dragons. All the good dragons, but then I'll be able to steal that one critter and then take another turn. I'm kind of far away from 10 snow permanents to make a Merit Lage, So they got, of course, all the good dragons. Lothlith is the best one so far. And there was an update or something, and it rearranged all my icons for speech. So I want to jump over to the year ago. It's on a wrong thing. All right, so they're doing the thing there. Do I need more mana? 6, 7, 8. No, that'll be enough to steal 2 things. Well, not steal the things, but 6 mana to steal 1 creature. Alright, so they probably want to summon Lathlis, because then that makes more dragons. Although if they do summon their... Okay, they're going to go that way. Fine. 3 mana left. Looking at their graveyard. I guess to bring back... Oh no, one of those. Okay, that's annoying. Alright, well, let's show we mean business. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, keep that. Bounce back. Okay, so... Let's go for that damage. Then we'll take another turn. Eight, 9, 10. That's 10. That's 10 permanents there. 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to point it out to them just so that they know that that's 10. But anyway, for the moment, then do some damage up here. All right, take 8. Bounce that back. That will be an instant there. 4, 5. Alright, what do you got? Another Mirren, plenty of mana to then make more, which I then get haste. Alright, that's annoying, so we got double of those now. Gonna do 2 damage. Ugh, great. I still wonder... why I bother with that. Okay, it was only 1 damage. Okay, good. I thought it was gonna be damaged twice. Even better. And then I got a Merit Lage. And a Time Warp. Yes. Alright. Well. If I attack there, they can double block. Which is fine. Okay. Let's take another turn. Can annihilate stuff such as that. One less blocker in the air. Bring out Jace.
You've already lost.
I should have attacked first because when I draw a card here, I'm going to have to discard it right away, so hopefully it's not amazing. That is a 20/20, kid. And then you're going to get 8 damage. You're going to get 7 damage. Okay. You're on 3 life. I'm tapped out. 1 there. And drop that. Ah, man, I needed that. I needed that. I guess a slight misplay on that. I should have kept my land. I didn't need to play that land drop. So I could have kept my Crux Destroy All Dragons. Oops. I have your dragon, and I have an indestructible creature, so destroy all non-dragons. That's a thing. 5 damage to whatever you want. Oh, not that, actually.
There is a lesson to be learned here.
Alright, well, let's just do... we got a double attack on that, so they definitely have to block that. Unless they lose the will to live. And then we will leisurely do a little opting over here. Don't need that. How about a big old scary Nezahal? Yeah. Let's scare them with that. When you need it, you don't get it. That's how the magic goes. And vice versa. Alright, so you got a Lathless. They'll summon a dragon. You have enough for another dragon? Nope, you can tap your... Okay, but that's not a dragon, so who cares? No lands to play. I have 2 flyers. They have 1 blocker. And then create a treasure. So, yes, that's done.
I'm up for a challenge.
Let's do it this way. Let's see how they react here. People always rage quit here. But I'm going to attack you with 1 20/20. I'm giving them a chance. I of course could have attacked with 2 things, but I'm giving them a chance. I'm toying with them like how a cat would. And of course it may come back and bite me because give the opponent, give him an inch, they'll take a mile. Ancient copper dragon, when it enters, blah blah blah, damage, who cares? So right here I have the complete control over this game. And they're just kind of digging for stuff. And it's just a matter of... Well, I guess what I want to do, my goal is... I want to draw enough cards to get a Kraken out of my seas. But I'll just force them... Okay, we got that dragon. It's a 7/10 in the air. That's scary. So here's the unstoppable choice that I'll make for them. They will have to block those 2 if they want to live. You have 2... you have 2... yeah, you have to block. I'll just overwhelm them with strength and numbers like that.
This should distract you.
Draw some of those. Get a bunch of counters. Make a Kraken over here. And right here I'm just sort of toying with them. I have an amazing amount of power here. They could destroy the board. Not really. They tried to do a board wipe, but Merit Lage is indestructible. And then we got a Rezav. Oops, you can bring back everything from the graveyard. Okay, see, that's what happens when you're nice about it. Yeah, they have to block. So again, right here, okay, they're going to bring one of those. That'll do some damage to something. My Planeswalker. Oh, no, never mind. Alright, so nothing there. And again, just to mess with them, they have to block this. So if you want to keep the game going, you know, I've got them in complete control. Everything that I do, they must block. Am I then being too tempting the fates?
Always an answer.
So whatever they resummon here... Yep, dragon again. What I could do is steal it, and just to, again, show them in all this incredible force. Well, okay, yeah, they're going to put that onto it to start to try to make it indestructible. Okay, they're going to hold off with that. But then I've got another Steelier thing. So right here, target legendary becomes a god. Okay, it is no, it's not legendary. It's just an elder dragon. So we're gonna create treasures. Fine, lots of mana for something. That's actually, I think, a really fun card. This enchantment, but why does it have to be locked into green? Bootlegger's Stash artifact. All your lands create a treasure. So see right there, just stashing away all of that. I stopped playing with my food, you know. Okay, we'll give him one of these over here. And they toss something back. Well, what I want to do is draw a card. They're good gaming me because they know...
Smoke and mirrors!
Like right here, obviously I could attack, but I'm just toying with them right here. They could at any point concede, and you never know. Give an inch, take a mile. Who knows if they drew something amazing and then it completely turns it upon me? Nope, just resummoning that same one. Oops. And, just have it destroy itself. They're gonna spend all that time to turn all of those lands into treasures. Oh, wait a minute. The World Tree. Search your library for any number of gods and put them on the battlefield. Whoops! Is this what's gonna turn it all around? That they bought so many gods onto the battlefield? We better have blockers, flyers, that is. So we'll see how this goes. So they did their World Tree with 10 million mana. Go hit every god in your deck and put it onto the battlefield, which they had 0. Okay. And they keep good gaming me. So yeah, let's put them out of the misery. Let's steal their own creature and then hit them with everything. So we need 6 mana for this. How much? 7. How much? 4, 5, 6. Okay, you need 6 mana. So, yeah, let's give him one more game. Let's give him one more turn. We've completely dominated them here. We have their commander. We have their Copper Dragon. We have a Lotus Cobra. Okay. Lotus Cobras trigger me, so I'm gonna finally end their misery because those are annoying. And then you're gonna spend all the time to make all that treasure. Come on, don't waste that time. Can I just press space on that? Yeah. This is funny. That I'm also trying to text at the same time. Anyway, let's put him out of my misery. Like I said, whenever I see Lotus Cobra, that triggers me. So here we go. Final strike. They're like, oh, were you going to give me any more chances? Nope, there you go, 13 treasures and 1 Lotus Cobra. And then at least the 2 creatures will kill each other. And there you go. 47 damage. Actually, 50 damage, because they had 3 life. And then -3 to that. So how's my weekend going? Well, I just attacked with a Merit Lage. And, yeah. Good weekend so far. Been doing any you've been doing yard work for when the summer hits. And since the winter's ending, it's not so bad to do that to do that work, right? Have I asked before? Does it get snowy? Does it get snowy in your area? So yeah, here's the very spooky Merit Lage artwork. Merit Lage, which is supposed to be, let's do a little side stuff over here. Merit Lage is a magic card, but I believe Merit Lage is one of the H.P. Lovecraft creatures, right? So, oh, they're borrowing the magic art. Merit Lage is a Lovecraftian-like god from the fictional universe of magic. Oh, okay, I thought it was... Oh, it's... okay, I thought it was a, I thought it was actually directly from Lovecraft. But it's close enough. And then the first Merit Lage card, debuting in Ice Age. Curse of Merit Lage. This one's rare. Don't remember it too much. Amy Weber art. When Curse of Merit Lage comes into play, tap all islands. Islands do not untap during their controller's untap. So 5 mana. Back when the colors of Magic really hated each other. So red versus blue right here. Our world has not felt her thundering steps in lifetimes, but Merit Lage's presence is still with us. And that was Halvar Aronson, Kildoran Priest. Now there was also, I believe, in the flavor text. How do you search for flavor text? F, I guess. There's a few references to... FT, okay. So FT to search flavor text. If we search anyone that spoke the word of Merit Lage, yeah, this one, Brian Shaman. Oh, take me back to the original. 2 mana, 1/1 cleric, now human cleric shaman. Tap it, sacrifice a creature to give another creature +2 until end of turn, or pay 3, sacrifice a creature to counter a summon spell. So sacrifice it, tap sack, target creature gets +2 until end of turn, or 3 and sack a creature, counter target creature spell. The shamans of Merit Lage do her bidding in secret, but they do it gladly, and that's Halvar Aronson again, Kildoran Priest. Then we had Curse of Merit Lage. What's this one? Kindly steer your fleet clear of the waters west of Scrub Isle. It would be a shame to incinerate such exquisite maritime craftsmanship. Oh, because it's merit-time. Merit. That's why it found it. That's why I found it in the search here. And I guess this one also has it as the word. She'll sculpt goblins, sapperlings, Merit Lage. Though that one takes a lot of balloons. Alright, so official Merit Lage flavor text. This is in the new unset Unfinity. 2 mana, 2/3 legendary creature, human performer. When Claire de Lune, Joy Sculptor, enters the battlefield for the rest of the game, tokens you own become cards that are still tokens. What is that? When this enters for the rest of the game, tokens you own become cards that are still tokens. They continue to exist after they leave. Oh, okay. Oh, that's really interesting. That really changes the rules of Magic there, where a token is not a real card, and therefore, if it gets if it hits the graveyard, it goes away. If it gets bounced back to your hand, it goes away. That's how tokens work, of course. But here now, it's turning your tokens into permanents. I guess they can't really say permanent to it, but they're saying they become cards now. So all your tokens now become real cards. So all those sapperling tokens will be a real card for the rest of the game. And then I suppose also that Merit Lage token. So the point of that, of course, is like my Merit Lage here. One way to get rid of it is unsummon. With this card here, it would turn it into a card and it would unsummon it back to my hand. It's got a 0 casting cost. Actually, that's a good point. So then what do we do here? Because tokens don't have any casting cost unless they're exact copies of something. So that's interesting. It's an Infinity set, so it's not legal in most gameplay modes unless you approve it with your opponent. And I think Curse of Merit Lage, Merit Lage's Slumber, and Wrath of Merit Lage. Oh yeah, that one was also, of course, they had the mirrored pairs back then, so this one was a rare. When Merit Lage comes into play, tap all red creatures. Red creatures do not untap. Wow, the red spell is way stronger because it's tapping their lands, and then they don't untap for the rest of the game. This one is, it taps all the red creatures, which it kind of assumes, well, you're going to send red creatures at me. What about all that direct damage? Dread Merit Lage lies dreaming, not dead. I think that's a variation also on the Cthulhu. Oh, here's for the 8th edition reprint, they gave it new flavor text. Merit Lage lies frozen in a glacier's heart. Still her dreams take form in our world, steal the heart of our souls. And that's another Halvar Aronson quote. Yeah, from here, I want to set I don't think there's a setting, but I would like to set a setting about show me only the original printings. Because, yeah, that one doesn't look like an Ice Age card. Well, it's an 8th edition. Plus, the art is completely different. You know, some frozen goblins or something. And I remembered, oh yeah, here's the other printing back in the Ice Age. And it's kind of a interesting choice for the art, right? Because it's just a tree. There's some interesting light patterns behind it. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Are they other trees or something? Which the other day I got a brand new patron on my Patreon, someone from Europe, because they pledged. Actually, I gotta double check that. I should do this later, but while I have it on my memory, I'll do it right now. This is some behind the scenes stuff over on my Patreon. Got a brand new patron, paid in euros, and I need to check what their tier is in case I need to send them a card or something. So, I guess it was, yeah, Jacob Wagner. So they did it as the Magic member. Okay, so I think I do have to send them and they're in Germany, in Schiesplitz. I shouldn't put someone's address up on my stream like that. Whoops. But they went to the Magic member tier, which is, where do I see my tiers? Haven't gotten a patron in a little while, so I forgot the interface a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that's the one-time gift of Magic cards. Account teams apps billing. Why do they make this so difficult nowadays? For such a big platform, for such a famous platform, it's the most famous platform. Here we go. So the $2 membership, access everything, and 5 vintage Commander Legal Magic cards. Okay, yeah, that's my tier there. So again, I should do this later, but let's do it right now while I remember. And just a little welcome. Thanks for becoming. Hopefully, this will translate it into German for me. Thanks for becoming a patron. It means a lot. And have you played Magic? Have you played Magic, and what are your favorite colors? And then after I get that response, then I'll figure out about sending them that little welcome to Patreon gift sort of thing. All right, so let's go back to some gameplay. All right, getting closer and closer to the gold. Let me switch to this other deck that's fun, but it doesn't win as much. It's too complicated. That Quasar deck where every time I draw a card, the opponent gets damaged, and then the whole point is draw lots of cards. We'll see. Versus Gruul. Gruul colors. But I get a Deliberate and a Vecna. Got 2 lands that will come in tap. Their colors are just wrong. What's the most efficient way? I need at least 2 other lands for that. That'll definitely untap. Both of these will definitely come in tapped next turn. But it feels like that one. If I get another land and putting that as the third land, okay, yeah, that's good. But then that's one of these hungry lands. 2 colors, passing priority. Hopefully they don't have the... Alright, this will shore up all my colors. Yeah, there's some kind of direct damage. Hopefully they don't have the do 3 damage. It's do 4 damage. Then Quasar's done for. I draw cards. That one's 2 or fewer. Okay, we have enough for Quasar. So it was some sort of direct damage with red. It didn't pause in green. 4 mana on that. Okay. You don't have any mana to pay for that. Alright. So let's get that party started. Do some damage and then deliberate. Now let's do Vecna. That way I can just draw more cards. Oops, we got one more thing. How about an universal solvent? Hey there, Gabe, how are you doing? Very good. Me and Mark and maybe some lurkers are all playing a little Magic over here. I'm playing my deck that is... I draw cards, you get hurt. What is this scary card? Lucamina, Moon Druid. Oh yeah, it's one of the new cards that is a little hard to understand. I need to sit there for a moment to read it properly, which I'll do in a moment. Alright, that's what I like to see. Draw those cards. I don't know what that does. Let's just get rid of it. Heroic intervention, fine. And can pass on that, sure. What does this do again? So, specialize 3 activate only if you control 6 or more lands. When this enters, if you cast it, seek a land. Alright, so they do have enough mana to do this. Now they can specialize. Specialize is this pretty difficult new mechanic. Specialize 3. Choose a color. Discard a card type of that color or associated basic land type. This creature perpetually specializes into that color and activate as a sorcery. So... You pay the price plus a color. Brash Taunter. Plus a color, and then it switches to something else. It's basically you're switching your creature for something else with kind of a little bit of complication. And blocks if able. Okay, that's gonna be... They're gonna have the... Yeah, and then they have the final direct damage, so it's a good thing I didn't block. But let's grab that card. Brash Taunter is going to get in my way. It's a Werebear. Where there? So we'll try to do that instance, couple of instants there. Bring that out. So I got a bunch of instant stuff that I could do. Draw a bunch of cards, and then that. So I do have 2 mana. That one takes 2 mana. Fine. And then that's going to be annoying unless I have a way to get rid of that, because every time they summon a creature, that mammoth will just hit my... It'll just hit my commander every time, but I've got enough mana to bring it back. So it's just another target for them, but nah, we're going to do that, of course. But I'll be able to resummon the commander right away. I've been building up a lot of mana. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, what I'm going to need to do is get rid of that mammoth. It's just going to be trouble. And I'll keep these card draws and such for the moment. Once Quaza's back on the battlefield. Alright, Nayeth comes back. Get a little damage. Can't pay for that. Okay, so... Alright, land, Quaza. Draw some cards over here. Discard 1 card. 2 mana for a globe. And then out of mana for the moment, and that can crew. Okay. So, hopefully Quaza makes it another round. 4 runners. Okay, well, that's game over. That's the brawl version. Just like in a game of Commander, the Craterhoof Behemoth ends the game. That's the light version of that. So, well, I got the gold, so that's a good part. All right, well, I got the gold, so let's do our first break. I'll get my drink. Then we got some more gameplay to do. I think I had a deck recently that we were going to play a little bit or figure out or something like that. You just got Fortnite, you got 12th place. And that's like global, right? Like thousands or millions of people or something are playing it, right? Yeah, that mono black deck. So congrats on that. So let's take a little break. I'm going to get a little drink. Then we've got some decks to play and so forth, and also a pack to crack. But thanks everyone for stopping by at the moment. Maybe I'll do a little quick advert on the Twitter or something to have more people come hang out. Hey, let me do that right. No, I'll do that right after the break. Mila Kunis got booed by Jimmy Kimmel's audience multiple times and handled it perfectly. I bet it's not as bad as that clickbait makes it sound. Anyway, be right back. BRB. we have a request for Evil Mage during Halloween. Here's the thing. I just remembered that I forgot that I was planning some Halloween / magic themed things. Now, has it already been a whole year? But last year, I was gonna do this series, 30 Dark Days of Magic. Remember that? Where I was putting some shorts about scary magic cards. So I went maybe a week on that, and then I didn't follow through because sometimes I get bored with things. So I did that last year. Remember, one of them was Scarecrow. So I was in the shower the other day having a great idea as usual that I then forgot later. But I think I had thought of, well, let me do some more Halloween magic related stuff. Again, let's do scary cards. So a long form one or short ones or whatever. So I said, yeah, that'll be my next magic video. And I forgot until right now when the Evil Mage comment came up. So I'm gonna write it down. If my pen would have ink, gonna write it down. Just bought a whole bunch of pens, but I haven't put them over here yet. These pens are like literally 15 years old that I have in there. Yeah, that one also shows it. Where are my pens? All of these pens are like graphic design pens, which are too good for a quick note. Here we go. So, Halloween, Evil Mage videos. So I have all of these great, and I put it aside. I want to capitalize on Halloween and do magic videos and maybe a comic video. I've got, I want to review the Night of the Living Dead issue #1 comic book, 1991. Very good art on that, so I want to do a video reviewing it. And so since I wrote it down, then it will happen. So get back to the game for a bit. I'm gonna play this mono black sacrifice deck. Low stakes for the moment. Oh, so when you stepped out, maybe you didn't hear it because I asked and then you stepped out. So you saw the furry comic video. It might not be your demographic, but any thoughts, any feedback on it in terms of, was it interesting to look at? Did it catch your attention? Maybe not a favorite subject or whatever, but was it an interesting video? Visually okay and such. So always looking for feedback on stuff. And since that is a very niche audience, my stats do show that my furry related videos do get some good amount of views. So I thought I'd put another one of those out. But just to get feedback on it all, that's helpful. Alright, so third turn, we got the Gibbering Barricade. Instead, though, let's set this up so if that my 2/1 dies, Gathering Thongs. Alright, so they're doing a token theme deck. This is like the Cobblade. What was that one bird in Cobblade where it got more birds? Alright, Venom something or other. So that's something about giving Death Touch. A new alliance. What will be the most annoying? That. Just setting up a bunch of blockers and a bunch of card draw. Fencer Alliance +1 permanent. Alright, let's bring in a big ol' Junji the Midnight Sky. It'll do its thing, and if it were to die, it might do things. I can steal the Venom Connoisseur, or I can make them discard. I'll probably steal their creature. And then they're gonna hold it for ransom. Oh, okay, fine. Well, I can still sacrifice it and get the deal out of it. Darling other masses, that seems annoying. Oh yeah, it gives all the citizens a plus. Still blocking. Okay. Love that card draw. Okay, so right here I could block stuff and then eat it with the barricade. Sorcery? Nope, at any point. So some more throngs. It's gonna keep doing its thing. Shouldn't have any more, there's just the limit of the 4. Alright, I'll probably attack with that 5/6. I can block with my 2/1, eat the 2/1. Nope. Okay. Double draws off of that. Let's bring out another one of these. 4, 5 in total. Let's bring out one of these. We'll take advantage of that alliance. Just block with your 1/1. Or not. Okay. Probably their last... Okay, here's what's going to happen. Their last card in hand is going to be the one that gives all their creatures like a +4/+4. If that happens... Okay, here it is. Here's their last card in hand. Let's see. Is it the give all your creatures... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Fine. They may still just be building up the board for it to finally, eventually be that card. But I have my whole squad right here. I've got the barricade that eats a creature, such as this Novice Occultist, which will draw me a card. And then when something dies, I can first scry. And then I got the other guy over here that loves it when things die because it draws me another card. And no attacks yet. Okay, fine. Let's trade in that Connoisseur. Look at that. So much value. Do not need that. Ooh, there's Sheoldred. That's what I'm trying to do with this deck, just to build up a nice board. And then when we got Sheoldred... Yeah, so I'm going to attack here, but eventually they are going to get... That'll be 1 defenseless, but eventually they will... And I no doubt will think that they have it on their next hand. They're going to have the give all my creatures super trample. They have it. I bet you they have it. They're passing to combat. If they attack with everything, they have it. Oh, attacking with... Okay, they don't have it yet. That's fine. Sure, send all those throngs at me. Alright, so here's how we will do it. These will easily kill those. We got a big old scary 8/7. We'll block with the Seer. Four, 5 on that, 3/2 on that. Oh yeah, this is all blockable. But of course, if they have any sort of combat trick, that'll be annoying. They probably do. Yeah, they probably do if they're taking this long. It's possibly for priority of do your combat trick. There it is. Oh, it's the give everything a plus on that. Okay. That's fine. They're still... Okay, yeah, they're still gonna eat it. Kill each other. We don't even have to eat it just because it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. And so all of that dies. We get all of these scries, and then opportunists. So perfect. Okay, how about we do a braids? Yeah, all of these scries, and it's gonna be all exactly the same one. It's so funny. When you want to scry 50 times to get to the perfect thing, and then here it just did it. And then I can bring these back to the battlefield because something died. Nice. Alright, kill something. Let's keep that in hand. Summon a creature for the Venom Connoisseur. Keep this grasp. Block with your citizen. Block with one citizen. Well, they want to have more. They want to have more. They want to have more attackers and blockers. All right. Give more citizens more power. Sure. Little do they know that an Infernal Grasp is coming for them. Tapping out on mana. Fine. What are you attacking with? Just go all. Nope. Okay. Those two is perfectly fine. I guess I should have actually played more. I should have played more. Another creature. That's fine. Alright, I like that. Okay, so let's play this goblin. It will not be long for this world. To draw me a card, to put its minus on a 3/1 citizen. Double draws on that. Put a sacrificial creature onto the battlefield. Keep 3 mana open so that I can do a grasp. Sacrifice that creature. If they sacrifice, yeah, they're gonna go with one of those, fine. Both of these have the ability, whenever this attacks, create a citizen, so that's gonna keep coming back. Make some more creatures, fine, recast it. Where's my Tormod's Crypt when I need it? Move to combat in a moment. Attacking with a 2/4 all by itself and no recourse. Okay, that's fine. Just for fun, I'll do that. That is just insult to injury. Haha. Alright, so, okay, here's the demon that ends the game, and now they're done. Okay, that's fine. Well, that was a long game, and, that was a long game, and it, kind of ended up like that. Actually, I was going to do a quick tweet right here. Hey, everyone. Stream is live now. Come hang out. TwitchCon is going on at the moment, but TwitchCon is going on right now, actually, and it's here in San Diego. Yeah, it was a long game. This can tell me exactly... My stats tracker can tell me over here exactly how long that game lasted. Eventually, it then... And over here, this can tell me... This can tell me how much exactly that game lasted and stats and the like. That was under a play. Actually, I have better results on that deck than I thought. I've got 52% wins, 11 to 10. Huh. Anyway, I just played right now. Marcelo, that was 11 minutes. So it told me right there it was an 11-minute match, and it even tells me here what their deck was, well, what we saw of the deck. So it's a very standard deck because it's got all of these foros of these very synergistic cards. We got one of these dual lands right here. So it seems like they were slight beginner maybe to Magic. There's nothing extremely powerful. All of these synergize very well. And it's mostly commons and uncommons, so they might have been a newer Magic player. There's really no way to know. But it's low cost commons and uncommons, so you often see that in a more beginner player. So, speaking of Magic, have you all heard that there's a brand new competitor to Magic coming out from Disney called Lorcana? Where can we see? Well, everyone's talking about it, so I guess we'll just look at the first one. But Lorcana is their Magic version with Disney properties. And I don't care about playing it. I don't need to play another game. But I kind of really like the art. And, you know, all these great classic Disney characters. I'd like to have this Robin Hood. That was such a classic movie that I remember watching so many times in my youth. It made so many children into furries. A Captain Hook. That's a really cool hook hand, actually, way better than the movie. But these are Disney's version of Magic cards. Now, oh, here we go. So here's how they actually look. So we have, for example, Cruella de Vil. I don't know what the mechanics do. I don't know if they've been fully revealed. Nowadays, with so many secret layers and alternate arts of Magic, you would think, is this a Magic card on first glance? Because they have like that bottom part over here. I wonder if, I don't think it's patented, but Magic does their bottoms very specifically that they can be scanned rapidly by their machines, right? White text on a black background in a certain formatting, their machines can scan that. So Cruella de Vil, I don't know, summon it for 2, I don't know what that means at all. 1 and 3, I guess that's attack, I guess that's defense, that's what those icons seem to be. Miserable as usual, so it's going to have some kind of fun tagline, kind of like flavor, like vaguely flavored. Well, this is actually very different from Magic. Well, I guess not much. Like when there's these legendary creatures that say Braids, Nightmare Adept, it seems like every card is going to have some sort of subtitle. I guess these are the colors of their mana or something. This is some sort of like green little thing here, this blue thing, this yellow or white thing here. And then we have Storyborn Villain, Storyborn Hero, Floodborn Hero Alien. So there's like creature types and all of that. And then their ability has what Magic has been doing recently with the D&D set, where they have some sort of flavor mechanic. I forget the exact name for it, but it's a name of a thing, then explained. It's just flavor for a mechanic. So here we've got, you'll be sorry. When this character is challenged and banished, what does that even mean? You may return chosen character to their player's hand. And then a little line to differentiate flavor text. When she stops by, misery is company. Now this has some sort of diamond thing here. 1, 2, and 3. That's got to have some meaning. And then who's the illustrator? what edition this is. 1 TFC, I guess, alpha, whatever. English, 4P1, 6P1, 2P1. I don't know what that means. They have their particular set icon at the bottom, first printing. I guess just that that this is Lorcana is copyright Disney. So we got Robin Hood at 6 units, 4/4, storyboard hero, unrivaled archer, feed the poor. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. Good shot. During your turn, this character has evasive, which further means they can challenge characters with evasive. I guess challenge means the sort of block mechanic. Because over here, when this character is challenged and banished, when this creature is blocked and dies, you may return some other creature to the hand. So it could, you may return, yeah, I'm not even going to try to figure out their mechanics yet. I don't know how this works, but I'm trying to think in Magic terms. When we never rob, we just sort of borrow a bit from those who can afford it. It's got 2 units of something over here. These are not marked in terms, or maybe they are. Card number 4, card number 6, card number 2, maybe. And then we have Stitch, Rockstar, 3, 5, 6 over here, Floodborn Hero Alien, Shift 4. You may pay 4, asterisk, to play this on top of one of your Stitch characters. So something like Meld or Mutate. I'm not sure what that asterisk is about there, if that's just their generic icon for some mana system. Adoring fans. Whenever you play a character which costs 2 or less, 2 units? It looks like they're not doing, I don't know, maybe they are naming their magical units. Energy, mana. Maybe they aren't naming their units, or maybe they're just doing like CMC of 2. 2 or less. You may exert it to draw a card. So now there's some kind of exert mechanic there. There's 3 little sparklies over here. The best part about a beachside concert is that there's always room for one more. So those are some reasons. Oh, here's more cards. It's got more cards over here. Here's Maleficent. Did you know that there was Maleficent, or were you just guessing on that? Let's see, Maleficent. Monstrous Dragon, 9 units, 7/5. Storyborn Villain Dragon, Dragonfire. When you play this character, you may banish chosen opposing character. So, the Necrotal effect, summon this, destroy their creature. The 9th rule of villainy, when all else fails, turn into a dragon. 2 units here. We have Elsa, Snow Queen. 2/3, Dreamborn, Hero, Queen, Sorcerer. I'm sure all of these things have some sort of meaning. It's just various creature types and the like, I guess. I don't know if there's other types of things that are not just creatures, or it's all just creature-based. Freeze and tap. Exert chosen opposing. Maybe that's what their tap symbol is going to be. Exert. When you tap something, it becomes exert. Exert chosen opposing creature. So tap your creature, tap their creature. Icy Manipulator. Recreated by Magical Ink, Elsa found herself in an unfamiliar new world. Fortunately, ice works the same way everywhere. And Captain Hook, 1 unit, 1/2, Forceful Duelist. Dreamborn Villain, Pirate Captain, Challenge +2, or Challenger +2. When challenging, this character gets +2. I think on the other cards, perhaps the challenging is the attacking or blocking or something. Probably means when it attacks. So when it attacks, some character gets +2 to damage. Yeah, so it must be that, damage plus defense. He loves to make light of foes' predicament. And I'm sure this article explains all the mechanics, and this looks really cool. I like the style here a lot. So 8 mana. Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Tailor, 5/5. Dreamborn Hero. Nothing else about any other, like, mouse character or anything. Evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge. This is their version of menace or flying or whatever, that unless they have flying, they can't block a flyer. It's not menace in that you have to block with 2, but it's like they're flying a mechanic, I guess. When defeat looms and victory hangs by a thread, a hero bolts to the rescue, patching things up through sheer determination. That's another pun. 4 sparklies over here, and one day if I do read this article, I will know what all of those things mean. Seem to be explaining it. I want to look at the cards for the moment. So challenge. It's their combat. Evasive. Only characters, yeah, like flying. Shift. By paying an alternate cost, you can play characters on top of each other. Exert. Appears to be like Magic's tapping. These cards are rotated 90 degrees, and they're spent and banished, sent to the graveyard. So, So, I guess I interrupted myself to say that I'm not going to really play this, but I'll probably buy some packs. It just seems cool and fun, and there's a whole world of Disney characters out there, and see that Mickey looks amazing right there. So here's a few. Do we have any more cards to look at? No, these are the only ones revealed so far on the D20 event. But, visually, I'm really enjoying the style of these cards. These are nice and big examples. I kind of want to take one of these, print it out, and then put it in my deck when I play Magic with all of you, and like, yeah, here's my commander. It's Elsa. Actually, I'm going to bookmark this because I might do that. That might be fun. Although I don't have a color printer at the moment. Yep, we got Transformers coming soon, Final Fantasy and Assassin's Creed. I'm not interested in them, really. But for people that like them, I like Transformers. I haven't really revisited Transformers very much all of these years later. I just have my memories of the originals. That's good enough. I didn't watch any of the Michael Bay Transformers. I didn't really watch any of the further, like Beast Wars, so I didn't really... It's all just the classic Transformers. I don't think I have any of my original toys. I have more of a... With all of these sort of vintage things, I have great memories, and I'm active with it now. Or I have great memories, and I'm not active with it now. And in various degrees to that. And not because I didn't like it or whatever. But with Transformers, it just really feels like it was... I liked it in the day, and I had the toys, and I played it, and I watched the show. But I don't really, nowadays, really care too much about them, except for the memories. And with Final Fantasy, well, Final Fantasy 1 is one of my favorite games ever for the original Nintendo. And Final Fantasy 4, which is in the US, which was Final Fantasy 2 in Japan. No, Final Fantasy 2 in the US, which is Final Fantasy 4 in Japan, is maybe my most favorite video game ever. And Assassin's Creed, I don't know anything about that at all. I've never played it, no interest. It's way too much of a modern game for me. But yeah, those are coming to Magic as various versions of things. And more Magic is coming. There's still the Street Fighter cards to come out. Alright, let's get back to some more gameplay. But what do you all think about the this new Disney's version of Magic? It's not going to supplant Magic, but it's going to be another game to play that could exist for the people that like them. You find your old Castle Grayskull? Cool. Let me show you this. I'm going to pull up a Castle Grayskull picture. I'm going to pull up a Castle Grayskull picture that features one of them. The pictures look okay. What do you think about their seeming mechanics and such? How do you open this? What's the easiest way to open this on stream? Can do that in a moment. But let's set this up here. Gotta get some of those Disney cards to add to the Magic card. Well, they're not Magic cards, they're Disney cards. They're not like Magic cards with Disney characters. They are Disney's version of the of Magic. If I know they've got more damage, I probably shouldn't cast that one. But can I easily open... I'll open that one moment, but I pulled up a picture of myself and my brother with our original Castle Grayskull. I'll show that in a moment. Yeah, that one's dead. So compared to the other opponent, got an Izzet player over here. You're gonna go with Mickey. He did get through the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Exactly, all of those brooms causing trouble. And then I cut down. Amazing. I love these Izzet players. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. You can shock yourself to infinity. GG opponent. It's just gonna be destroy all my stuff until they have inevitability and they summon a big kill spell. Actually, before that, so I was gonna show this. What's the easiest way for me to show this? Under full screen, I think I can add a new image, add existing. Nope. We want to show a window capture. And we'll say capture that photo. Is that showing up there? I think I remember I have to open it in... Since it's not a JPEG, I have to open it over here. Okay, here it is. I'm blanking on all of this. Sorry for the quiet. I'm just trying to think. And then I got distracted with thinking. So I think it's this window capture. And then let's capture. There it is. All right, so here's the picture. I hope it's not too anticlimactic. But the thing is, yeah, let's get this on a better size right there. This is... Here's a photo of me and my brother taken on a 110 film camera. Not a 110, disc film camera. So it was circular film. And this is back in our old house in Imperial Beach. And what do you look in the background? Well, there's me right there, and there's my brother. If you look in the background, what are the cool things in the background? How about a TIE fighter I think that's Vader's TIE fighter, suspended from the roof. I guess some stickers or something on the ceiling. I think a Santa sleigh sort of thing. A Castle Grayskull. Some of these, I don't even know what they're called nowadays anymore, but these are these little sticks. This is a game. You toss all these sticks, very thin little rods. You toss all these little thin rods of multiple colors onto the board, and then you have to pick it up, pick one up, and then as many of them that are stuck to the one, you put it in your pile, then your opponent does theirs, then you pick up a pile, and how many are stuck there are in your pile. I think that's how that game was played. If I'm thinking of that game, does that sound familiar to anyone? Did any of you play some sort of game like that, where you have you toss a big pile of little sticks or rods or whatever, and then as many as you can pick up with the one attempt is gets you more points. I don't remember what these other things are over here. I can't really tell. But yeah, we got our Castle Grayskull, and then over here we got a little police car over there. Can't tell what the other things are. I should rescan this photo in high quality. There's our famous yellow blanket, or my brother's yellow blanket. I think I had the top bunk. When I talk to people that have siblings and they had bunk beds, and even just in culture, it seems like everyone wants the bottom bunk. Like, that's the one for the older brother. That's the alpha bed. But I don't know why. For me, my family always coveted the top bunk. Like, that's the alpha one. That's the regal one. That's the one you want. And my family got rid of this bunk bed a long time ago, but I believe they still have that ladder. This was shot sometime in definitely before 1987, definitely. My third brother was born in 88. This is sometime before that. And I can show a couple more from this roll. See, I got an original vintage Ghostbusters Part 1 sweater, and there we are putting up the Christmas tree. All right, you were a top bunk person. Yeah, I hear from a lot of people, and it even just seems culturally that it's the bottom bunk is like reserved for the older sibling. So those are some vintage family photos. There's my mom. I remember this kitchen, those yellow curtains and such, that green stove. Baby bottles, poinsettias during Christmas time. Ah, there we are hanging out. Presents. All right, that was a little bit of memory lane. When you mentioned Castle Grayskull, we got to go back to the original. All right, so I'm gonna play one more game. Actually, what is this? There's a new event going on here. For years, the different player types have lived together in harmony. But today, everything changes. Today, it's time to stop being polite and start learning the empirically correct, clearly superior, and unambiguously best way to play the game. But who will reign supreme? Will it be Timmy, Master of Monsters, Johnny, the ingenious inventor, cutthroat cardslinger Spike, or perhaps the lore-loving Vorthos? Each of these iconic archetypes has brought their own deck to the contest, and we've ripped the mana costs off so they can get right down to business. Interesting. So everything's a free cost, huh? Welcome to the Ultimate Showdown. In this Omniscience event, each deck brings the essence of a player archetype. Play as much as you want and change decks. Okay, this is fun. If you find the archetypes truly speaks, you can add their avatar sleeve to your collection. Okay, that's cool. Oh, in the store, not for free. So, yeah, let's play this event. It's a free event, and it's just got a bunch of four pre-constructed decks of a particular type. So we'll play this. But before that, my drink is empty. So let me refill my drink. Then we'll play some of this weird event. I've got other games to play and other things to do and a pack to crack. So hopefully get a couple more people coming to hang out from the Ghostbusters Afterlife. Okay. I remember watching Ghostbusters 2 way more than Part 1. And I just haven't watched movies like before, but I would watch I would watch that other Ghostbuster. I would watch the Ghostbuster with all the girls. I would watch that one. That seemed fun. And I want to watch Afterlife too. I want to watch all of them. It was a fun series. That's one of those vintage series, like I said. There's vintage things that are in my memories that I don't really interact with now, like Transformers. But Ghostbusters, I feel that one, that it's a vintage thing. And yeah, I would watch it again and that sort of thing. Relive it and such. And see it with modern eyes. So let's take a little break. We'll play this weird event, crack some packs, and just have more fun. So BRB. BRB after... I wish I had those moves. Be right back. Alright, everyone, we're back. It follows on from the 80s. I think I remember hearing that, and that's the funny thing about what do people want nowadays? Do we want original stories? Do we want continuity? Do we want multiverses and all of that? And I was saying last week, or previously, that over on the comics, there have been various crossovers where the various Ghostbusters universes came together. And so that's the thing about, are there all of these different versions and let's enjoy them all and bring them together? Or do we just want the original story and keep it going? Or do we want a brand new story for the new generation? And that's kind of the thing that with these various properties, how much of it do you want to throw back to the vintage people that will like it? And how much do you need, because that's good for the people. But if a company is spending so many millions of dollars to make a movie, are they going to bet on a new audience or a vintage audience? And then the sort of the multiverse paradigm is a little bit for everyone. All right, let's play this weird event that is focused more on archetypes than... All right, so just by in theory, Spike Tournament Grinder probably is the best deck, because a Tournament Grinder, if you're trying to play Tournament Magic, it's you gotta play to win. A Johnny, I'd probably say that's the second strongest, because you're trying to win with some combos that'll wreck the opponent. Third place, I would say the Timmy, because it's let's bring big creatures to beat the opponent. And Vorthos, just from what I know of the player type, that this one probably feels to me the weakest, and I might be completely wrong. But this feels the weakest because it's a little bit more of a focus on let's make a cool themed deck. Let's win, try to win, but with themes. Like if I'm going to play a Liliana deck, I can only play Liliana cards. And I like to play that way, if you all kind of notice on my various decks. That's what I try to do, so I am a type of a Vorthos player as much as I can. You know, if it's a cat-themed deck, why am I putting a Colossal Dreadmaw? It's not a cat. It's a good card, whatever, but I'm focused on cats. So I feel like the Vorthos is the weakest one, in theory, because it relies much more on themes. That's the one I'm going to try out first. That's the one that kind of stands out to me for the moment. It's a free event, so and every card is a free cast. So let's see what we get. It's an Omniscience format. Furan Kuran. Let me stop and read that properly. See right here, I can play the Immortal Sun right away. Planar Bridge right away, but I have 0 mana, so I can't do its activated ability and keep a counterspell up. Double draws. Is the Planar Bridge completely worthless, or do I actually draw cards in this format? Because I can't activate it. Alright, so we got one of these freaking Triceratops. That's annoying. Oops, I should have counterspelled that, actually. I forgot what I had in hand. And I have a blue card, and they have a green card, so that's annoying. Okay, well, let's play the Immortal Sun, first of all. This is going to give me... Yeah, this is going to be worthless. The Planar Bridge is not going to be ever usable at all. It costs 8 mana, and I'm not drawing mana from this deck, and this emblem will give me 5 mana. So, Planar Bridge, that's funny. Why is that even here? Exile the top 7 cards until end of turn. You may cast them. Okay. 0 mana to play 7 cards. Okay. Well, they're holding priority, so they have a counterspell? No. Okay, yeah, 7. Wow, okay. If the spell is cast, add 10 mana of any one color. It doesn't even matter what color, but I make 10 mana. And... why can't I play Bolas of Citadel? Pay triple... But no, I have Omniscience. You may cast spells, okay, from your hand. Ah, man, I should have done 8. Read the card. Okay, let's play Approach, actually. And then Widespread Brutality to destroy all their creatures. Spell Swindle. First strike that. Yeah, that was actually... I needed to think a little bit harder with that play because I didn't make the correct type of mana. Oh, no, actually, wait a minute. Right there, 8 mana. I made 8 mana accidentally. Go get a permanent. Let's get a good permanent. How about another approach? Oh, no, that's not an approach. Okay, how about the best plane... Oh, man, I should have gotten the Liliana, actually. Actually, I just killed my own Planeswalker with my own Immortal Sun. I'm gonna ram through. And all of that goes away. Yeah, this is way too high level for me. I made a big mistake by not selecting 10 black mana to cast the Bolas of Citadel, and then I'd be able to play off the top of the deck. That was a big mistake. This is way too high level for me. And then that gives trample, so that'll be some across. Hopefully they can recover from that big blunder. Now they got one of those, but actually let's counterspell that. That's uncontrollable. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Let's try this again. I killed myself with my own Immortal Sun. That Bolas is an amazing Planeswalker, but the Immortal Sun kills it. So maybe these things are starting to take hold. And I'm not seeing the 10 levels of 3D chess that I need to think about in this format, because every card is free. And that means you have to think harder. So how's everyone doing tonight? That was a nice meetup the other day, Gabe. Thanks for inviting me with you and Karen for some wings. All right, so we got so Ketra, play that. Then the Scarab God makes more creatures, And then brutality. Amass 2, then this deals damage to a non-army creature. Okay. Yeah, very strange. It's every card has a free casting cost. You get 5 free mana, and then you have to really pay attention to what your deck is doing. But the opponent's already winning because they played that Liliana's Contract with 1,000,000 cards in hand. Oh, they're playing. Okay, so does anyone remember what... Oh, and then bounce everything back and do it again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I... Yeah, let's not play this. This is already way too... Because it's more card draw. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. That was... No, actually, that was... Okay, so remember, I said my rankings, I believe Spike is the strongest. Then we got Johnny. Then we got Timmy. Then we got Vorthos. I don't remember what the first deck was. If anyone remember, what was the icon? Does anyone remember what was the icon on the first deck? The second deck was Johnny / Jenny. So we saw that. That was a very powerful. It was already drawing lots of cards, had lots of advantage. Like, okay, we're done. So Jack in the Box or Fanboy, either one is a blessed. Yeah, we should do the... I want to do a Jack in the Box meetup next time because, again, I like the Fanboy Gaming shop is nice, but I kind of like being at this Jack in the Box because then we have a nice bite to eat, a nice fun hamburger and such. Yeah, that pizza that I had, I liked it. I told you to, but it was a good pizza. It was sort of the flatbread pizza, and it had nice barbecue flavors. All right, so I think also one of the big ways, let's keep track of this, one of the big ways that determines who wins and loses is who goes first. Because automatically, if you go first, you have a huge advantage. You can play a great opening hand. So we're playing Timmy. This is the one that's focused on big creatures. So, got a big creature already. We got a Tarask. That's a 10/10 with Ward. I don't know. Is this game over already? I can't even target that. It's got a Ward 10 with haste, so we're dead, right? Like if we had a counter spell, we could. The luck of the draw. Should have tried the pizza. No, you had. And I was like really tempted with all of the different wings that you all got. I was really thinking of. I should have gotten some wings too. But I enjoyed what I had, definitely. All right, so we'll try to see about this theory of whoever goes first is going to be a win. Whoever goes first is going to be a win because... Because you have that... Okay, there, I go first. So let's see if we can put that to... Yeah, like there's... Just put out all of these amazing creatures. They don't have any... So what is even the theme of this deck? I haven't been paying too much attention, but I've been seeing some zombies and some bolus-related stuff. Alright, so that can deal damage with my free mana, 2 damage, and every turn, because my emblem gives me free mana every turn. Want to see the new Ghostbusters? Haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I'm thinking of what movie to watch next. Before Calico Keep opened, we used to play at your friend's bar or pub. He would close the shop and we could drink and get fed. That's amazing. That's it's living the dream right there. Destroying that, sure, but in response I can do stuff. Hold on a minute. Pay whatever, steal a creature. Okay, that'll be fine because then when that dies, I can just bring it back as a zombie. But I get that mana only once per turn. See, there's that contract. There again is the Jenny player. So that's a big one. Draw 4 cards. Now you get a Planeswalker.
We are all part of the great machine that is Phyrexia.
No, Johnny. I really like that little, that little weird cat. And another free thing. This is half their life. Give the creature whatever. You got your Ascendancy. Yeah, I think that's one of the strongest decks. If you're gonna play this game competitively, I mean this format competitively, you know, look at how great they're doing. They haven't even activated their Planeswalker yet. So it's not fully about... It's not just who goes first, but if you pick that deck, that seems a strong deck. Because we've lost to that one so far a few times, right?
Phyrexia welcomes all.
You should be able to kick that actually if you do it right. If you tap your emblem and pick the mana, then you can play it and use the mana. I don't know if it'll do it for you. But that should be kickable. Although they have 6 life. How did they get to 6 life? Anyway, we do a little scrying. Okay, yeah, let's bring out... Well, we want that Immortal Sun. We want Liliana. We want both. They have 4 creatures. Guess the more important thing is to lock down their Planeswalker, and then we'll get Liliana out. Then let's steal something from any graveyard. How about a Moray? Sure. Give me energy for some reason. What can I do with that energy? Pay whatever, gets a plus/minus. Sure. And that's a flyer. I could attack with a flyer. Yeah, let's just wreck them this way. Ugh. That's annoying. Alright, well. Johnny's the Terminator now. No, it has mimetic poly skin, so it can protect itself. Alright, so I played first, and I still lost. But I played against, which I think I'm telling you this might be the #1 powerful deck, or #2. But whoever's playing either Jenny or Spike, those are like the good decks. Oh, let's give a shout out here to Timothy Hatch. They are a recent. Ooh, we got a Bolas. Yeah. Now, of course, they're gonna have. Okay, it's Vorthos versus Vorthos. So let's see who the true Vorthos player is. Actually, Augur does nothing. Augur does nothing because there's no instance maybe in this deck. I don't know. But it's interesting that they're trying these different formats, and it's good that it's free just to mess around with. But most likely there is the best deck, which is either Johnny or each sacrifices a creature. Amazing. Or there's... That's pretty good. I'm going to be able to transform, I believe. And then we got another... okay, well, Bolas versus Bolas. Yeah, I'm just...
Mortality suits me well. That almost hurt. Witness witness a mote of my power.
Alright, well, let's try to get rid of that, unless they have counter spells. Nope, let's get rid of that. Scry into something.
I will return.
How about another Planeswalker? Sure. I'm gonna try to do an attack and then flip. Oh, okay. Never mind. I should read my freaking cards. Yeah, I'm so bad at this. Don't. Yeah, this is an interesting event. I'm not gonna play it anymore. It's not my style of gameplay. I don't want to play like the here's the deck, here's four decks to choose from. Pick the best one. I don't want to play that kind of deck, that kind of game, that kind of format. And with a giant magnet, which one is that one? Giant magnet? Is it just literally called giant magnet, or are you thinking of magnetic mountain, or probably a card I don't quite know? Giant magnet. Or are you just saying it is in general? Yep, there's no card like that, but I guess you're just saying in the theoretical way. So one time I had a Phyrexian Obliterator, and the opponent had a 5/5, and they attacked me, and we blocked and traded, and, well, they had 5 lands on the battlefield, so the Obliterator obliterated their 5 lands and killed their blocker. So that's a bounce. Fine. Passing with open blue. Well, if this isn't a fun player, then there's no need to waste time. Yeah, this is not a fun player. So, oh yeah, we got this Crack-a-Pack. Remind me, I'll put it right here to remind me. Let's do the Crack-a-Pack right after this game. I don't want to forget. Cyanide and Happiness is a comic book, I believe. I think I have one copy of some one issue. I don't really remember its contents, but it is a 90s independent comic book of just a variety of how to describe it. It is a like short stories and stuff, I think. You'll be back, you have to bathe and win. Alright, we'll be here. So I'll hold off. Okay, fine. I'll put away this. Remind me when you get back. I don't know if you've left already. Remind me when you get back, and then we'll do the Crack-a-Pack, because you'll be out for a bit. That's a 4 with Menace. We'll just get rid of it in a moment. We are playing card game based on their YouTube series right now. Playing a card game based on their YouTube series. It might be something else that I'm thinking of, actually, then. It might not be the same thing I'm thinking of. how's that card game? It's like similar to Cards Against Humanity and such. So it's the War of the Instants. Will they play their next instant? Actually, Indestructible wouldn't... I should have let this happen. This should have been fine here. If they cast another Indestructible, that's fine. Okay, you're gonna do the sacrifice. Fine. And then I keep my creatures. Well, I'm gonna try to put this out. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last, but I'll have that out. 4 cards in hand, mono black. Of course it's not gonna last. See that? Obvious. We'll attack with a 3/3. I guess I'll block with my 1/2, draw a card. That's a Menace Pump Knight. Well, they're out of mana if they want to regenerate, so I can double block. Nope, and then we're got nothing good there. Okay, well, that's the Pump Knight, right? Yeah, +1. Kill that, sure. Scry me something. Opponent has one more instant that they don't know what to do with. An Inkrise Infiltrator, 2 mana flyer, give a +2, human ninja. Alright, it's one of these sort of shade creatures, and then one more of those, whatever. Exile something. Exile a creature you control, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it switches things around. There isn't anything... Oh, Shieldred is there. Okay, well, we'll see. So we know a Shieldred is coming. So they'll attack with their 1/2, and then sacrifice it and bring Shieldred back. No, they're going to do it before they attack. Okay. Slightly more efficient would be to attack with that first, and then bring it back. They have 3 mana, they have 1 card in hand. That's enough to activate Indestructibility for their skeleton. Oh no, actually that's not the Indestructible skeleton. Never mind. It's just a 3/3. Although they can plus that knight with Menace. A final skeleton. And a land. Alright, GG opponent. Dr. Loco is the opponent. Turn 1 skeleton, got removal for days, and hopefully I get my other card. slots and even more removal. Okay, we can do that. So how do y'all like the art on this new printing of Liliana of the Veil? Here's the latest Liliana of the Veil art. Ooh, Dragon Whelp. No, that's a Fearsome Whelp. Okay, get rid of that because one of these freaking alchemy cards. All my removal. Okay, well that'll be annoying for the opponent. Anyway, as I was saying, how do y'all like this art for one of these Jade Dragon things? Splatter, no lands, out of removal. They'll use that to cast a Great Dragon, but then on my turn, hopefully I can take care of it, unless it's Miram. They don't have the colors for Miram. Instead, they're going to do a Darigaz. Fine. It's got ward how much? No, it's got complete hexproof. Okay, well, again, that's like just game over. Wow. Okay, let's do the Crack-a-Pack. No, well, Mark's bathing Arn Anwin. Let's take a break, and then if he comes back, we don't want him to miss the Crack-a-Pack since we rarely do them. So we'll be back. Right, we're back. Let's play some Quasar over here. Every few months the season resets, so I don't have the latest stats on this deck, but it doesn't win as much as I recall. It doesn't win as much as I would like it to, just because it's mana base and so forth, and something against Herb God here. If they go first, I'm conceding. I go first, okay. Well, I have removal over here. Yeah, that's just so obvious. That is just the lowest level face roll opening hand. Soul Warden turn 1. Trelazara turn 2. It scries, it gets big, it's so gross of obviousness. Alright, so I'm gonna keep all my stuff here. They're incredulous that their commander got killed right away. Yeah, I'll just hold on to all my mana here so that then I can play some draw cards. I'm so used to playing mana rocks that I would think that this is a mana rock, but nope, it's a draw card. So next turn I can summon Quasar, but I can't do anything with its draw abilities yet. I was having a lot of bad luck with my Finn deck. That's that mono green deck that's all poison based. It just was bad luck, and the deck, if it's a turn 1 death touch creature, often that's very, very, very good. But then the draws and such were just not working. Okay, so we got a spirit. If you cast your second spell, I don't think there'll be a 1 mana something or other, although is Savannah Lions in this format? There's plenty of 1 mana. There's plenty of 1 mana, one drops in white, but I guess not. Okay, that's fine. There's your attack with nothing. Alright, so I'll play Quasar. But it's not enough for anything else. Although I could do that. Draw a card, gain some life. There's an Intro to Annihilation. Okay, if they have their 4th mana to summon their Trelazara, then I'll just kill it right away on my turn. Yep, that's enough. Oftentimes a Trelazara deck just concedes right away when their game piece is killed so easily because, yeah, that card's just over the top. So simple, 2 mana, and it's an uncommon. You got a Scry power, and you've got a It Gets Bigger power. I like this koi mascot here. When you interact with it, you can like feed it virtual food. There's a bug right here, because usually when you play one of these spells that has you choose something, usually it's pretty good about suggesting things here, but here it's saying construct, fox, golem, or thopter. There's none of those types of creatures on my side. So, Cephalid. Soul Warden, that card is annoying. Yep. I'll just go in and do some damage here. Alright, you're back. So after this game, right here, we'll do a Crack-a-Pack. Hopefully that bath went well. Not too many splashings and no Krakens were released. So in this deck, it's just an automatic throw your cards on the battlefield. Because you do a turn 1 Soul Warden, and then you do a turn 2 Trelazara, which then +1s it when you gain life, and then scry 1. So that Soul Warden, yeah, they don't make those cards anymore. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So obviously counting your opponents. And so when my creatures enter, automatically they gain their life and their Trelazara gets bigger, and then they scry. This is one of those cards that is just... It's an uncommon, and yet it is that good that it just gets bigger and bigger with +1s, and it lets you scry every time you draw a... Every time you play a... any creature. That's why it's kill on sight, which I've done so far twice. And oftentimes that Trelazara player, if they get it killed twice, they rage quit because their whole deck is based upon it. It just snowballs so easily. It's just summon creatures, and because I did my Soul Warden turn 1, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and keep scrying into good stuff. And then this opponent is just thinking so hard about all the possibilities of the multiverses. Okay, they're going to do a Cathar's Crusade. I need removal for that, which I do have, but that's another one of these. Just throw it on the battlefield and you're going to win. All their creatures are going to be low cost, except now they're a commander. But all their creatures are going to be these low cost creatures that are just going to make that Cathar's Crusade just automatically win them the game. And that's not removal. So that would have been nice to have it for the... Save it for the Annihilation. Hero's Downfall is helpful. If I pay 3, 1, 2, 3, I still have... And that'll give me 3 there. And then I'll have that removal for Hero's Downfall. Yeah, that's just a plain old... This is the plain old Mana Rock. Out of those lockets, the Dimir one, I'm biased, but the Dimir one was my favorite design. See, look at how just automatically that's... You know, this is already concession, because if I can't get rid of that Cathar's Crusade, it just runs away. Pausing for priority for something. That's worthless. That's worthless. That's worthless. How many creatures will they bring in and pump up? So if I had saved my introduction to Annihilation, I would have removed that Kathos Crusade. That's the card that's winning them the game at the moment. And all right, they're gonna recast that. All of that's gonna get big. Pausing for priority on a single green. That's Tamiyo's safekeeping. Draws me a land. Give all these creatures another plus. I can sacrifice that to maybe draw me into something good too. Select a cost. That's interesting. Why? Huh. Never seen that before. Ugh. Okay, this is dumb. I have to manually... Oh, it's not going to work anyway, because that'll give me 2 colors there, but then that only gives me 1 color, and that gives me 1 color. So that's funny. Why does it make me think I can do that, but not at all? All right, so that does that. They have a single green mana left. That's enough for a Llanowar Elf for them to gain +1 on everything again. Taking with a 5/5 in the air, 4/4 on the ground, whatever. Yeah, so it is pausing for priority on a single green mana, and then I tap that. Okay, well, GG opponent. I guess before we go, let's try to draw a card off of that to save us. Anyway, whatever removal I get, they're just going to have the Tamiyo. Okay, see, there's removal right there. So I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to try to remove a threat, but they're going to have Tamiyo's safekeeping. And then that... That's not enough mana for 3 things. That's a mana of any color, that's a color, and then that's only 2. So yeah, that's not enough mana. No, actually it is. It's enough mana, it's an artifact. Reading the card explains the card. See, that's what I'm saying about that. Trelazar is just so good on its own, because as soon as I cast my stuff, they do their stupid scry and everything of that. But that draws me a card. Wow, opponent. Is it just me? Like, really, everyone answer me. Is it just me? Am I too impatient? Do I get the opponents that just are slow? I think I know my cards, I think I know my deck, I think I know my lines of play, but is it just me, or do I get is Magic just so difficult? Or am I just so thin-skinned, or what? But doesn't it feel like I get all the slow players? Like, they have a single green mana here. Obviously, they've got a Giant Growth or Tamiyo Safekeeping or something, but they're not playing it, and they're not clicking the next. And so the game drags on because the opponent, I'm waiting for their priority. Like myself, I know what I'm doing. I've got the power word kill ready. If they attack me with that 5/5 or that 5/5, I can kill it. Now, they're going to pass back with full mana, 3 cards in hand. They're going to cast at least 2 creatures. All their creatures will get that +1. And then I'm pretty much dead. So if I didn't use up my... What did I even use it on? I exiled their... Where's their exile zone? Nothing in exile. What did I exile? Exile target non-land permanent. So I exiled something, but where is it? Where's their exile zone? Because that's the thing that's letting them win the game now. Everything just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you cast your creatures. They're going to cast, I bet you they're going to cast at least 2 creatures. This turn, all their creatures will get the +2/+2. And again, this is just mere seconds, but why aren't they playing their cards? Okay, they're going to do that one there. And like I said, they're going to cast at least 2 creatures. So there's creature number 1. Everything gets another plus. They're waiting 1,000,000 years to scry. It doesn't take a dissertation to figure out what you need to scry. And then keep it on the top. So wow. So again, is it just me? Am I too impatient? It's like their slow plays they're honestly slow, right? I'm not imagining it. Now that's got a hexproof because their Shalai gives everything hexproof, everything's a plus. If they cast another creature, I'm done. When it's obvious what the gameplay is. See, why are they taking this long? You have a creature summonable, play it. I'm going to try to power word kill their angel, but then they're going to have... Okay, so one of those. I'm going to try to power word kill that angel, but then they'll have the final Tamiyo. Oh, it doesn't destroy angels. Never mind. Okay. So what a waste. All right. Seems like everyone chat's asleep, so let's move over to the Crack-a-Pack. And if people want me to stick around, I might do a little bit more gameplay if people are still around and awake. But let's see here. Card cam. Let me fix my... I guess that'll be okay. The colors are a little bit off. Something like that. Okay, let's open up a booster pack of Dominaria. United Draft Booster. This is the one that's got all of those fun different types of cards. Drinking some brandy and Coke. That'll be the drink for the rest of the night. Sounds good. If you all want me to keep streaming, I might. If I get at least 2 people saying, yes, keep streaming, I will. And then I'll get another drink. But let's see. So which... Okay, so first of all, we get the really cool art on that. And that's a Wiley Beckert art. Very nice. Land. That looks like in Ikoria land, but I guess it's Dominaria. We have the Citizen's Arrest. 3 mana, exile a thing. Negate. 2 mana, counterspell. Benelish Sleeper. 2 mana, Phyrexian Human Soldier. It's a 3/1. You kick it for 1 more black. And if you did kick it, each player sacrifices a creature. So hopefully you've got some little 1/1 to sacrifice. Or if in a pinch, if you need it to target an untargetable creature, you pay 3 mana and it does the thing. Take up the shield. 2 mana. Instant. Put a +1 on something against lifelink and indestructible. There's that 2 mana Pump Knight. Pay 2 to give it a +1. It's got menace. They can't gain life. We have the Love Song of Night and Day Saga, Chapter 1. You and target opponent draw 2 cards. This is definitely for multiplayer, so you can make some alliances. But if you're playing more competitively, you're almost always going to skip Chapter 1 and go directly to Chapter 2, create a 1/1 bird. Chapter 3, put a +1 on each of 2 creatures of yours. Here's an uncommon legend, Balmor, a Battle Mage Captain, 2 mana, Bird Wizard, 1/3, flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, all your creatures get +1 and trample until end of turn. Yeah, sagas when they were introduced in the very first Dominaria were very nice. 3 chapters, some brand new type of card. Then they returned, in Theros Beyond Death, and then there they put in the 4 chapters in a saga, and then they did multicolored chapters in a sagas in Kaldheim, and now they brought him back again, and now with a new ability, Read Ahead. The flavor text on lands is only on the D&D sets, because D&D is all about stories and flavor and such, so you'll only see them on that set. Gotta get some D&D cards and sagas. Well, Kamigawa wouldn't have the D&D cards, but they would have sagas, yes. All right, so we got a full art. There's some cool art here. Ellis Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. This is really interesting art. 2 mana, Phyrexian Core Cleric. It's a 2/2. It's got Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 2 or you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So this could definitely be some great synergistic combo deck. You know, that inspires me right now. Let's get back over here to Arena for a moment. Here's an idea that we will put together at some point for a deck based on that character, because I like the make creatures and gain life. And then your creatures die, they lose life. I kind of like that for this sort of black sacrifice type of deck. So I'm gonna copy that. That will be a brawl deck with Ellis. Change the format. We'll change stuff up here too. So let's set this up as the combo player, Vorthos. I really like the art. Yeah, I'm going to choose this art again. So I think Vorthos has got really, really fun art. She's got really cool hair, fun expression, a little Bolas cosplay. It's really fun. And I'll keep that sleeve. So the idea is Ellis as the commander, then we can do all of those about sacrifice stuff. And I'll put other... Actually, I like some of these 1 white mana cards. Gain life off of that. Lock down their stuff. And there's that 1 curse. There's that curse. But a cat. That's not really on theme. I might not keep that. There we go. There's the curse. We have Swords to Plowshares. We have that in this deck, right? Oh yeah, the Esper Sentinel. I guess I should say, show me all of the rare 1-drops. Mana Tithe. Let's throw in a Mana Tithe. Smothering Tithe as well in just a moment. I'll fully figure out the ideas of this deck at some point, but just throwing a few things into it. Tokens, I'll put some tokens in there also. I'm going to put all of these great exile effects, these various taxing effects, Mana Tithe, Some sort of flicker effect. Do I need any flicker effects? Put in some more of this black exile. I'd rather exile things than destroy, because then exile is pretty permanent. Alright, so actually this deck is coming together faster than I thought. It's going to need some refinement, of course, and then we'll get back to the Crack-a-Pack. But we'll put the Tithe in there. Everyone hates that. And then we'll put the 2 mana rocks. So the Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Mind Stone, Guardian Idol, Ornithopter. And we'll wrap it up with a few draw cards. There we go. So we have 100 cards. Okay, so that was a little distraction. When I cracked that card, and we'll actually play the deck in a moment. Switching back to the card cam. So I just will refine that deck, but this is the card that I just opened there, so it's Ellis. Made a deck out of it. We'll play it in a moment. Ooh, another cool art over here. This is Zar Ojinen. We had Jedit Ojinen, of course, back in the day. Now we've got the latest one, Scion of Efrava. 5 mana, 4/4 domain, so you keep track of your basic lands. When this becomes tapped, put a +1 counter on each creature you control with toughness less than the number. Oh yeah, this is the one that I was kind of more complicated than it would seem, but the art is nice. The rare is Leyline Binding. 6 mana with flash enchantment domain. This will cost 1 less to cast for each land. Okay, so if you've got all 5 land types, this can cost 1 mana. When this enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this leaves. So it's an exile effect, an O-ring effect, but could cost less. If you're playing a dual colors, it still costs 4 mana, but it's got flash. And if you're paying all 4 colors, then it costs 1 mana. We have a foil, Electrostatic Infantry, 2 mana, 1/2, Trample, Dwarf Wizard. When you cast an instant or sorcery, put a +1 counter on this permanently. So this is one of these cards that can get very overpowered very quickly. In an Izzet deck where you're just tossing a lot of blue cards and red instants, this is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger with Trample. And that's the last card. So it's kind of an anticlimactic pack. I don't really feel anything was amazing in the pack, although the alternate arts. What do you all think of this art here? The stained glass style art. Do you all like it? Is it too different? Any thoughts on that? All right, let's play that deck a little bit. It's going to need some refinement. Well, here's this brand new deck. Black and white creatures. Actually, I didn't... one of the big things about it is I wanted to also put spells that create tokens, because the more creatures enter, the more... Okay, that's actually what I'm going to do here, because there's a few creatures in here that weren't that great. Let's focus maybe on the tokens. Well, I'll put some of these 1/1s in here, and then after that... Yeah, a lot of these 1/1... Thinking of some tokens, token generators. You would get these cards just for the art itself. Yeah, it's so that cuts me down a little bit. Let's add some token generators. The Tsar one would make a good carving. Yeah, a strong cat. A strong cat character. Alright, so I'll put in some token generation. Spells with intangible virtue. Alright, we'll try that. Still figuring out details of what I want. Balancing the different types of cards. We'll play that deck. Actually, let me refill my drink and then we'll keep playing. One moment. Alright, we're back. So I filled up my drink. Let's play this brand new deck, see how it goes. I got a couple of comics also. I'm out of cards to do Crack a Pack for the moment, but I've got two comics to show off a little bit, to talk a little bit about. A couple of fun comics. Alright, mono red. Bucky the Wise. I get to go first, so I've got some removal there. That's good. Mana isn't amazing. If I get my black mana next, I can start to summon Ellis. Okay, you're a red player. You're going to pay your red mana. Then, okay, I got my black mana. So then they're going to have shock, I guess. But we'll play our stuff. Oops, no shock. Okay. Third turn, I suppose. The Ornithopter just for ramp. Double red. That'll be a shock. Not a shock, but a whatever. This deals Barbarian, whatever. Okay. Play your Barbarian or do your direct damage. Nope, Barbarian. Good. Sacrifice it for 2. Alright, Ornithopter. Here's the you have priority to do your thing here. Nope, they're gonna sacrifice their thing and deal damage to my thing. Okay, wow. So, I guess. Then I have enough mana to bring it back next turn, but there's gonna be an annoying red player. But I guess, I'll try to play a little bit. That card doesn't even do anything, does it? Put counters on whatever. If you did an instant and then a Dragon Egg Defender, I guess. So that's back. Probably Torch Ellis again. So in this sort of strategy, let me ask all of you there. If you know the opponent's going to do a lot of direct damage, and I'm out of mana, but yeah, let's get rid of that right now. If you know the opponent's going to have just a lot of direct damage, are you going to put out your valuable card now or later? Oops, that's got Death Touch. Well, that's just going to morph into something big, right? Oh, and it's just a 2/2. Not too bad. Exile something. Shieldred. Guess we'll put out Shieldred. Don't you just love these mono red decks? No finesse at all. Pausing for priority on 1. Alright, so that'll give your own dragon a plus. Guess we'll try Shieldred next turn. They probably don't have a way to do that 5 damage. And then an Outcast, I need to get rid of that right away. Actually, I can probably hold off for 1 turn, because they need 6 mana for that to start making dragons. Well, give it a shot over here. Oh, and I missed a land drop. Okay, well, we'll try that. That's going to be dead. Of course, they're going to have a shock or a lightning bolt. Obvious red deck is obvious. Add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast legendary spells. Leyline Tyrant. I have removal for that. Missed another land drop. Amazing. Okay, so in the meantime, let's get rid of that Tyrant. And then let's curse Lathless. Let's curse Lathless for a moment. Start to make a few tokens here. Add 1 mana of any color. Exile this. Target legendary gains hexproof. Okay. And then that one. Put counters on things. You can dump all your mana into making that dragon bigger. They missed a land drop. No, there's their next land drop. Okay, so probably there's the Terror. out of removal. Mana Tithe at this point. Amazing. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this Mana Tithe is worth anything. I'll still play it just to diminish their mana. Here comes some removal. Cheap removal, Mana Tithe won't matter. Nope, actually, there we go. And then Mana Tithe doesn't matter. So that taps them all out. Don't really see any good stuff because that'll just do all this damage. So, okay. Red deck wins. Do these red players have no finesse? It's just burn everything and then burn everything. Let's try with a real opponent. So how's everyone doing? Alright, so we got the 3 mana, or is it 2 mana Joyra? It's a very low cost, annoying one. 2 mana, okay. They go first, got some removal. So they're going to have their Joyra right away turn 2, Ingenuity counters. Alright, so they'll start their stuff. They get a free cast or something? How does that work? Put 2 Ingenuities when you may put an artifact card with mana. Okay, well, they've definitely crafted their deck. The funny thing about this Skyclave apparition is it exiles their thing, and then when they kill the Skyclave, they get another creature, but of a different color, or a generic one. Not their original creature. So that's what I'm saying about it's a funny type of exile, because since I exiled their commander and they returned, and then they're missing land drops. Oh well. So because it came back to their hand, it went back to the command zone rather than staying in exile. If they were to kill my apparition, they would get nothing back from it. Normally they would get back an ersatz creature, but because the commander is different, it goes back to the command zone. Here's another 2 mana thing, right? Yeah, 2 mana. Okay, well, I go first, but I have no playables. Amazing. Again, that's an amazing opening hand, but no white mana. Okay, that's better. That sends shivers down people's spines when that's the first play. Because once you have +7 life, you can then start making free angels. If they don't have a play, they're going to start to see already your life's going up. No, they do have a turn 1 play. Nope, not really. Alright, well... So these are the Dracula lands. Each mana has their own Dracula scene. Each color. Hesitating. Did you not get any land draw? Any green? No, there's your green. So then you're gonna have your 1/1. I'm just getting nothing useful here. Protection from werewolves. None of my stuff's a werewolf. Yeah, this is the deck I just built. This is this black and white from when I opened the pack right there, and I got the stained glass art style. Yeah, the opponent is dumbfounded over here. So when I got the stained glass Ellis, when I opened up this one, so the art is way more elaborate, but here's the the screen is 99% full and it still doesn't focus. All right, so there's the alternate art, and that's the deck I made right here. So it's not optimized just yet, but it's got my favorite colors, black and white. And the basic idea is once I have Ellis out, whenever another creature enters on my side, gain life. And whenever another creature of mine dies, they lose 1 life. I should probably put in an Aetherflux Reservoir in here because I'm going to possibly be gaining a lot of life. And then zap him with one of those. Let's see. I'm going to do a fight rigging with a hideaway. Okay, that's a waste of time. Hideaway 5. Don't care. That's an enchantment. I need a... Okay, that's a ranger class. I hate that. That triggers me so hard. Put a plus on that. So that was a good play on their side. And then nothing meaningful. Okay. Well... Yeah, nothing meaningful. But hopefully they pump all their mana into their class. Alright, they're doing that. Then if they attack, I can seal away that... Yeah, they're going to attack with that token. I'll just exile it away. Give it another plus on that. Exile this away. Defenseless. Ugh, nothing at all on my draws. 3 turns in a row with nothing. Don't have enough mana yet for that speaker to do its thing. And I won't be getting that actually anymore because they're going to attack with that 1/1, which will just get big and start doing the damage, so... Missed our opportunity. And one of those, and that's a million. That's a 7/7. Okay, well... Missed our opportunity on that. Hopefully we get removal. Missing out mana drafts. What's going on with this deck? Does it have adequate mana or what? The new Dominaria set has not come out on Puzzle Quests. Hopefully it tips. Well, don't the cards change enough between Full Magic and Puzzle Quest? Aren't they slightly different? Don't know if you'll get the best strategies for Puzzle Quest by watching me. Let's check here. What's my mana like? It just feels that it's off. 19 and 21. No, mana's fine. Just not Deck's not doing much of what I want yet. Those sagas were giving me problems, so that means I might need disenchants and the like. I think I have 1 or 2 type of effects or cards, but those enchantments were getting out of control. Freak a Leak is the opponent. They go first. Guess that intangible virtue. I guess I've got that Settle the Wreckage. If I get to the 4 life, that's going to be a hard deck to deal with. Depending how their draws were, but they've already scryed or mulliganed twice, so maybe we'll have a little bit of advantage, but that deck just... that's another one of these kind of easy decks. Just copy the whole deck from online and play it. It's self-sufficient to a degree. The mechanics are usually the same. Okay. So I am playing with a variety. In this deck, in this format, I'm not focused on the new cards, so we'll see what comes out. But let's set ourselves up with that. I could do El Khazar next. El Kabong. Okay, we'll try that. That's the idea with this deck. So I'll play Ellis, have it on the board so that then I can do Servo Exhibit, make some tokens. Although Marvin also makes tokens. Got one of those. Okay, we'll play a non... Actually, we're going to need to play it. No, this will be not too bad at all. Let's lock down their... That's not the card that I thought it was, but that's fine. I thought that was the Curse of Silence to tax them. So wrong card. It looks similar to me. Wait. So this is the thing about the paralysis decision. I'm going to get my 3rd mana. I can play Marvin, which will then just start to make more tokens. But the idea is to bring out Ellis, which will gain me life. And then we got the Intangible Virtue. What's the play here? If I play the Exhibit, then I can pump all tokens up. Guess we'll try that. And then that synergizes with the cat. For example, that blue-white uncommon from before that pumped with life gain is the same. Okay. I guess you mentioned a couple of cards that were substantially different and that stuck with me, but it makes sense that they're very similar. Hopefully I get my black mana here so I can exile their commander because it's online. Gaining good life. There it is. Okay, so hopefully no 1 mana counterspell. No. Okay. Give them a card. That's annoying. Go in for some damage. Next turn, Virtue, and then Ellis. They have 6 for their commander again. Don't think it's that complicated to make choices. Usually you make a commander... Oh, okay, they're going to go get an exile. An exile card, probably, or a better enchantment. Oh, they're going to get Smothering Tithe. They can't cast it yet, however. They have 3 mana. They can get an exile effect, although there's nothing meaningful to exile. Oh, they're going to do one of those. Okay, that costs 5 mana, and that's draw a bunch of cards. Well, I need my disenchant. That's going to be trouble. Yep, so they have enough mana to either cast their commander. They're probably going to cast this draw cards enchantment. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be drawing them 2 cards because they have a shrine there. Yeah, this freaking shrine deck, so annoying. And I can exile with Settle, but I'm out of mana. Got my own Tithe. Well, missing a land drop, so let's try to get some mana tithes. Alright, they're gonna go for the shrine. More card draws, more good. I'm gonna need my own disenchant for that blue enchantment. Or the commander, because it's an enchantment. Or I'll keep my set. Yeah, I'll keep my Settle the Wreckage open. Wow, opponent. Well, here's a land drop. Nope, they're going to hold that counter spell there. Fine. I'll try to hold on to this. Let's see, I'm going to hold on to my Settle. How many more counter spells will they have? Right, there's that trouble. They're going to be drawing like 4 extra cards per turn, so hopefully they attack here with a bunch of shrines. They're going to be drawing like 5 cards per turn. Unless they go all in with attacks. Such a slow player. Again, you all didn't end. Okay, they attack with everything. Good. That's exactly what I want. Okay, that's gonna help. I swear it's not that hard, opponent. Look at that. 3 draws. Oh, but I'm gonna Smothering Tithe that. Okay, that's 1 solace on that. Can't believe you still don't have your head in the game, opponent. Okay, fine, they're gonna give me all of those treasures. Not much to do with them. They have a full grip of cards. Enough mana. I've got a lot of mana, but nothing to do with it. So we're definitely at disadvantage. And then we're playing a slow player. Again, you all in the chat haven't answered yet, but am I imagining that I get all the slow player and then Meat Hook Massacre, which is going to kill everything, and they'll still have plenty of mana left. It doesn't take that long. So you've got 3 mana left. You kill your own stuff too, but I guess that's a big brain play there. And then some kind of cleric. When this enters, you may search your library for an enchantment. Okay, they're going to go get some exile or something. That'll take 10 years. Literally, it's taking this long for them. They're gonna go get that one Sanctum of All, the one that lets you go tutor for free for all of the shrines. See, there it is right there. This, why do I... It's a curse to know all of these cards. And then I have nothing meaningful there. Well, cast my commander. They'll cast their Sanctum, go get as many as they want. Yeah, I think I'm wasting my time at this point. I think they have way more inevitability than me. I don't have anything meaningful coming up. I don't have any outs at this point. They have way too many. They have way too much card draw, card advantage. Yep, they're right there. Go get every. Yeah, this is game over. They have too much of their engine set up. I don't have anything meaningful. I would need to do disenchant for like 4 things. I don't have 4 disenchants in the deck. Alright, that's the Selesnya tokens, I guess. Sigarda got an exile, removal. Okay, can do a couple of things here. Turn 1, a Johnny's Welcome. Turn 2, Commander. Turn 3, exile a thing or kill a thing. Opponent is slow. Alright, so I've got my culty. If I get another black man, I can cast the cult as well as... No. Okay, so... Play these 2, play this. Yeah, but... For example, on that last deck, opponent... I needed a bunch of enchantment removal. This one hasn't been relying on enchantment removal yet, so sometimes I can find the holes or the weaknesses of a particular opponent, and then it feels like the meta is very broad. This isn't like standard where everything kind of coalesces into 3 decks. So, Mist of Land drop. Okay, well... Alright, this is going to be a slow player. Let's switch over, so I don't go crazy. Let's switch over to... Let's look at some of the Magic news that's going on. Yep, the opponent's still not doing anything. Let's look at some of the Magic news at this point while the opponent contemplates the meaning of life. So Unstable, or not Unstable, Unfinity is just about to release because the... It was pushed back. It was originally going to come out on April 4th. But here's the latest unset. Mark would like to say a few words. For previous unsets, I've written a lengthy document answering as many questions as I could think of the new cards. Infinity is going to be a little bit different because the set includes both Acorn and Eternal cards. I've enlisted some help. As Unrules Manager, I'll be providing answers for the Acorns, and Just Dunks will be providing answers for the others. I tried to answer every question I could, but these are breeding pools of cool questions, so if I missed anything, contact me. So the brand new unset, where everything was previously silver border, now the paradigm is that everything's black border, but you differentiate which cards are playable in which formats by an acorn icon. And so that's one of the big things to read there first, but the opponent finally did something, so let's get back to the game. We have a nice creature for me to exile. Did my turn, back to here. Starting with Infinity, we are retiring silver borders to denote cards that aren't tournament legal and don't conform to the rules of traditional Magic. In their place, we introduced a new acorn symbol to indicate unsets. Cards that would previously have been silver bordered will now have an acorn symbol. Ooh, look at that, the opponent actually played reasonably well. So they have something. Oh, I know what that is, of course. In the exile zone, what they did was they put in Doomscar, so on their turn they're going to kill everything. There it is. Obvious game player is obvious. So you don't actually get Danitha back, you get something equivalent. You get 2 of them because you got your Anointed Procession. 2 mana left, you have 9 life. Let's get out our commander again. 2 mana in total. Virtue does nothing. Next turn, if they summon their Sigarda, they'll tap out of mana. I can cast out. Ugh. Okay, so D-Squad Marshal, and it makes a token. You make more tokens. Yep, whatever. Fine, keep a blocker back. Who cares? I'm back to 27 life. Got one of these. Got one of these. Got some blockers now. Alright, so if they attack with their 3/3, I'll do some double blocks. That'll be fine. That'll draw me some cards. Plus damage them. Alright, there's your Sigarda. 2 mana left. Everything's a plus. That's funny. Fine, I'll double block that. Very advantageous trades for me. Draw some cards, do some damage. Alright, then wreck their whole plans with an exile. And they'll be able to recast it. No, oh, actually, they're keeping it there. Okay, they're going to disenchant that. Bring some more stuff in. Just need to hold back a little bit longer. They have card advantage. They kept their commander under the enchantment, so they probably can just disenchant it. Might make a bunch of creatures. 4 mana. Let's jump back. Oh, here we go. We got a Vardris. That's got Ward 1. Whenever you complete a dungeon, create some wolves. Make some creatures, do some venture. Nothing meaningful yet. So I'm stuck right here. They have a lot of advantage. They have way too many blockers. They have that venture mechanic. I'm getting land drops. And yeah, that's, I don't know, just toss them something maybe if they double block. That'll let me bring back a conscript. Nope. Too smart for that. That draws me that. Okay. Let's bring that out. Do a bunch of that. Do some scry. There's the reservoir. Am I going to get to 50 life? Maybe. Two tokens. We got a tapper over here. We got more venture. Scry. Lots of mana. Couple cards. Draw a card off of that. Yes. Another creature. Another venture. Oh, there you go. It's destroying the... There it is. Destroyed your enchantment. That's big trouble. Got a bunch of 4/4s. No attacks. Okay, well... If those die, that'll do some damage. Plus we got some card draws. There we go, we got our scry happening. Now we're getting a mana flood. Bring that back. Alright, so they're going to be hitting us for 4 in the air. They have their tapper, their icy manipulator. They'll tap my Death Touch creature. 3 cards in hand. There's 1 creature that does a venture. Alright, well, let's look at some web. Let's get back to here while the opponent plays. From a rules perspective, acorn symbols and silver borders mean the same thing. Cards with acorn symbols on them aren't legal in most constructed formats. Notably, they aren't legal in Standard or Commander. Effects that previously referred to silver borders now refer to ungames. An ungame is any game that involves at least 1 player using cards with acorns on them, or silvers. So that's just trying to show the new... Each acorn card, asterisk, a few cards in this set and cards from Unstable have variants with the same name but different characteristics. Oh yeah, that's the one where they have the same art but different designs. Alright, our turn. Drew a land card. Okay, well... Alright, that was a misplay by the opponent. Yep, they realized it. They could have tapped one of my creatures on the end of my turn and then tapped another one. Now we got this moth that just brings everything back to life. Keep venturing on that. God, this takes forever. Okay, well, back to some reading over here. Special rules, infinity keywords. We have stickers. Attractions. So 4 versions of that. Hats. There's a hat theme in this new set where the art, if the art depicts some kind of hat, it might give it some sort of effect. Wordplay. Several Infinity cards have abilities based on wordplay. These care about specific words or letters that appear in a card name and rules, etc. So Alpha Strike. Alpha Strike is a static keyword ability. A creature with Alpha Strike has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature whose name comes after it alphabetically. A creature with Alpha Strike has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature whose name comes after. Okay, so if I have Charming Prince and my opponent is blocking with with Phyrexian Obliterator. My C card has... First Strike based on their D card. A creature with Alpha Strike that is blocking or being blocked by multiple creatures has First Strike as long as it has alphabetic primacy over at least one of those. Yeah, so somehow if it triple blocks, it just has more. Numbers come before letters alphabetically. Numbers come before letters in ascending order by value. Ignore all spaces and punctuation. So there aren't very many numbered magic cards. They're mostly with letters. Yeah, you're not missing anything on the gameplay. It's just some slow gameplay. Counting words, letter, perfect. Some abilities instruct you to choose a letter. Oh, there we go. It's our turn. We got an arcane signet. Nothing important. I'm just passing to them back again. Got a lot of dead draws on our turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede on that. It's just way too slow of an opponent, and now they finally realize they can tap me down and just play really slow. Well, this deck's gonna have some tuning, but I guess to wrap up the night, I'll switch over to a deck that does win sometimes, and the night on some little bit of winning. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. Time flies. We'll try to end the night with some wins. The Tarrasque. Okay, mono green, stompy, rampy sort of thing. They go first. Okay, I got my removal, but that's not going to be too useful. Well, we'll see. Turn 1 Llanowar Elf, of course. Nope. Alright, no elf, that's good. Again, am I imagining it, or is every player just a slow player, doesn't know how to play? Like, you have your instant here in green, why don't you play it? Fun to play. Yeah. So the opponent's still... Yeah, the opponent's a big brain mono green player with their Tamiyo's. Yeah, look at this. Pause for a priority in green. Yeah, it's fun to play if the... I had to concede at the end here because I just got some dead draws too many times. Alright, so in my case, I'm going to play... I guess the Eye of Vecna, trade it for something. Or the Mind Stone. Finally did something. Mana Dork creature. Okay, let's play card draw. Ramp. Ramp in the form for artifact cost reductions. Next mana, summon a Solemn. Sacrifice it for other things. Roiling Regrowth. Yep, so they're just trying to ramp into their big scary creature. The way to deal with that is to get out my... So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to have 6 mana next turn. So the way to deal with that deck is to bring out Bolas's God Pharaoh statue, that is, so that I can delay the inevitable. And maybe get my own big scary creature. That will take me the Meteor. What's it called? I think it's just called Meteor. That'll hit their Mana Dork, set them back a little bit. There we go, Meteorite. Give me a mana rock plus damage to your mana dork. 1 mana left so I can summon my Mind Stone. Yeah, opponent, like, what is this? Like, I swear. There we go. Tamiyo safekeeping. What did I say? Everyone plays the exact same. Am I the only one with, like, really original decks? Because every green deck plays that Tamiyo safekeeping. It's the... And then we got a Kuda. That's fine. I can exile that. I'll be out of mana. Actually, I won't. Alright, well, let's go tutor for an answer. You have a single... It's still pausing for a single green mana. Hopefully they don't have one more hexproof effect. They will, of course, because you know how this algorithm works. But the idea is to exile that. Nope, they have it. There it is. Amazing. Why is this so obvious sometimes? Well, I guess we'll get a blocker out because it's going to be 6 damage in the air. Nah, that's fine. Let's get an Unstable Obelisk. Everyone just came in the room and waved at the tablet and said, "Hey, Mr. Victor, hello, how are you?" Ooh, we got a 10-10 on the board that can be blocked by a 1-1. And they're passing with no attacks. Okay, we can do that. In the meantime, let's... Alright, let's do the strategy where the opponent always quits, because this is... nice and annoying. Still pausing with the single priority there, so... Alright, so we'll trade that mana rock for... Six, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. We'll have enough. Okay, let's get the planar bridge. Then that way we can just go get exactly what we need. Nothing to exile. We could do this. We could exile our own enchantment that doesn't matter. Just to untap Oswald. 5, 6, 7, 8. I will have 8 mana. But let's trade it in for... Celestus. Alright, so that's a 10-10. They're going to do 14 damage here. So when this dies, what does it do? Search your library for up to 3 lands, put them into the battlefield, create an X spirit, which is the number of lands. Okay, those will both be annoying. Well, I guess I can pay the 8 mana to exile their... Yeah, we'll go get an exile effect. Alright, so they're passing for priority with all of this. Well, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to try to go do an exile here, but they'll probably have a 3rd hexproof ability. See if this hits it. Alright, so that will make... They'll probably... No, they're going to go get lands. Okay, that's not so bad. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, never mind. That is bad, because then now that's enough mana to to summon their Tarask. Whoops. Well, it's not enough to... Well, never mind. Let's do our stuff. So we have all of these shenanigans with that. Let's trade. Well, let's attack. I'm gonna lose that mana. Yep, that was a mistake. Okay, let's trade in that. Bring back a Vecna. Trade it into a nothing. Amazing. But replay that Vecna, untap everything. So I have nothing at the 5 drops and then a worthless land. Okay, well, let's tap all of that once again. Actually, wait a minute. I could... Let's play it this way. Tap that, and then change it day to night. Gain life, draw a card. Alright, that'll work. Play that, untap everything. I can trade that in for an Aetherflux Reservoir. I suppose I'm going to need some life or something. Play that for free. First, let's trade in that. Bring back something else from the graveyard. Trade it in for an Aetherflux Reservoir. More mana. All right, we will trade that for something good in a moment. Let us again affect the days and the nights. I like that, but I would rather guarantee draw card. Okay, then draw a card off of that. Untap everything. All right, well, let's do that again. Let's change the days and the nights. Maybe at a certain point the opponent will be tired of me monopolizing the turns and concede. But let's see if they stick it out. Okay, let's drop that. Then let's sacrifice this. Draw a card off of that. Bring back the 1 mana card there, which now it costs 0. Trade that in for a 3 mana. For a 3 mana Workshop Assistant. Return anything back. Play my land. Let's go tutor for something over here. Sculpting Steel. No, let's go tutor actually for the Panharmonicon so that we can get multiple effects over here. And then they're done. Yeah, so eventually when this deck gets into critical mass, because right here I just had a lot, I could just kind of keep, with the cost reduction of this Foundry Inspector, artifacts cost less, and then with the Paradox Engine, banned in Commander but not in Brawl, get free mana back. Well, I've got a bunch of mana rocks that give me lots of mana, so I'm just building lots of mana reserves. As long as I'm drawing some cards, I've got lots to do. All right, well, a victory is always a good spot to end things off. Thanks everyone for stopping by to the stream. I'm going to be working on some Halloween themed content, I hope, and be on the lookout for that. I forgot to ask, or you never answered, or such. Any thoughts on that furry video? I was asking earlier, visually, did it look interesting enough to watch a few minutes of it? Or maybe if the subject isn't your cup of tea, is it eye-catching enough to take a quick look at it? 26 different comics, A through Z, and that's those are the types of videos that are fun for me, also as a challenge. About, I have a big comic collection, and if I say, let's get one comic A through Z, can I find an example? So, thank you. Yes, thank you for stopping by, and if you have thoughts on that before we wrap up, I'd appreciate that, or if not, we'll just wrap up. But that's a nice challenge for me about trying to find one comic for every level. You watch the whole thing, you always do. Gotta support the boys. Thank you very much. Yep, that is helpful. It the YouTube algorithm definitely helps in terms if someone watches some video completely, it then passes that out and suggests it to more people. So yeah. Thanks on that. Gonna catch up on it and check it out. Okay, thanks for that. So everyone have a good rest of the night, of the day, of the week, etc. Your Marvel A through Z. Okay, yeah, that's let me make a note of that. That's something to do. Marvel Comics A through Z. I'm sure there's Comics A through Z. I like doing those types of videos where I can actually show the example of the comic myself, like I did with that last video of mine. I have to look through to see what A through Z I have. Obviously, A, Amazing Spider-Man. B, what is under B? What Marvel comic is under B? Oh, well, Black Panther. C, Cable, number 1. D, Deadpool, The Circle Chase, number 1. E, did Marvel publish ElfQuest? Because there's ElfQuest. E, what else is there in E? A Marvel comic in E. There was probably some Extreme something. Extreme X-Men or something. E, F. Oh, Fantastic Four. G, Generation X. G, H. The Hulk. H-I. Incredible Hulk? No, we already used Hulk. There's been Incredible Hulk, but I guess the Hulk too. I. What is a Marvel comic in I? Obviously, Incredible Hulk. Used H for Incredible Hulk. On my furry video, furry comics video, I did cheat where we got to J. I did Adventures of Captain Jack. So for H, I could cheat Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. It has an H in the title. So we could do that for H. Then for I, Incredible Hulk. I, J, what's a J comic? J. Are there any J Marvel comics? Can't quite think of any at the moment. K, Killraven. JKL. L. This is why you're going to leave it to you. Don't know any of that Marvel. JKL, LLL. What is L? Can't think of any at the moment. LM. Marvel Fanfare. LMN. Knight Rider. No, Knight Rider? No. Knight. That's Ghost Rider. But N. Can't think of that at the moment. LMNO. Can't think of O. P. The Punisher. Q. The Question is a DC hero, a DC character, so I can't think of Q at the moment. QR, Ravage 2099, QRS, so many S's. There's the Spider-Man series, which is just called Spider-Man. There's others, I'm sure. S, QRS, T. Well, you could go with all the thes, the something, but T for something else. T, 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 T. Can't think of T. U, we have Unbelievable Gwenpool. TU, V. V. Did I say T? There's Terror Inc. Now that I remember. Terror Incorporated is a T. U, Unbelievable Gwenpool. V. Can I think of V? V at the moment. Can't think of V. W. There was a comic called Wild Thing, which was the daughter of Wolverine. There's Wild Thing. X. X-Men. Although there's Uncanny X-Men as well. But X. QRX. TUVW. XY. What is under Y? There's Y the Last Man, but that's an Image comic. Can't think of Y at the moment. And Z. There's Zero Girl, but that's a DC comic. So there we go. I'll figure it out. But and for Nightwing, yeah, Nightwing, DC. That's the former Robin. But that's some quick thinking of A through Z in Marvel Comics, and there's a couple of gaps to fill in, but that might be something, a fun A through Z video, A through Z video to do. But anyway, at this point, thanks everyone for stopping by. We'll be back next time. Throughout the week, there should be a video or two on a variety of topics, magic topics and the like, and we're in Halloween, so maybe some scary Halloween videos will be coming soon. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Have a good rest of the day or night, etc.